Bangladesh, a nation renowned for its vibrant culture and breathtaking landscapes. It is also a nation wrestling with the heavy burden of fast fashion. As the second-largest garment exporter globally, Bangladesh churns out clothing for major brands at breakneck speed. The cost, the well-being of millions of garment workers. Step into the teeming heart of Dhaka, Bangladesh's capital. Towering factories dominate the skyline, their lights burning late into the night. Inside, a sea of workers, mostly women, toil tirelessly to meet the insatiable demands of the global fashion industry. Their days are long, their wages meager, and their working conditions often deplorable. Imagine working in cramped, poorly ventilated spaces, the air thick with the whir of machinery and the scent of sweat. The pressure to produce is relentless, and safety measures are often ignored. The result is a breeding ground for accidents, injuries, and even death. The human cost of a cheap t-shirt is far higher than the price tag suggests. The world watched in horror as the Rana Plaza building collapsed on April 24, 2013. This 8-story garment factory complex, housing thousands of workers, crumbled into a mountain of rubble, claiming over 1,100 lives and injuring countless others. The tragedy exposed the appalling conditions prevalent in many Bangladeshi garment factories. Workers had raised concerns about cracks in the building structure, but their warnings were ignored. Forced to choose between their safety and their livelihoods, they reluctantly returned to work that fateful day. The collapse of Rana Plaza sent shockwaves through the global fashion industry, forcing brands and consumers alike to confront the human cost of their insatiable appetite for fast fashion. The disaster sparked international outrage and demands for justice. It spurred some brands to sign agreements aimed at improving factory safety in Bangladesh. However, the underlying issues of worker exploitation and inadequate enforcement persist. The fight for safe and dignified working conditions continues. The fast fashion model, with its emphasis on speed, low costs, and ever-changing trends, fuels the cycle of worker exploitation in Bangladesh. Global brands, driven by profit margins and shareholder expectations, demand impossibly low prices, large orders, and unrealistic turnaround times from factories. This pressure trickles down to the factory owners, who, in turn, push their workers to the brink. Wages remain abysmally low, often failing to meet basic needs. Workers are denied their legal right to form unions and collectively bargain for better wages and conditions. Those who dare to speak out face intimidation, threats, and even violence. The COVID-19 pandemic exacerbated these issues. Factory closures and order cancellations left millions of garment workers jobless and struggling to survive. The pandemic exposed the fragility of a system that prioritizes profits over people, leaving workers vulnerable to the whims of global markets and the indifference of multinational corporations. The struggle for garment workers' rights in Bangladesh is far from over. Grassroots organizations and labor unions are working tirelessly to empower workers, educate them about their rights, and advocate for better working conditions. They face an uphill battle against powerful corporations, and a government often more concerned with protecting the interests of the garment industry than the well-being of its workforce. International pressure is crucial. Consumers have a role to play in demanding transparency and accountability from brands. By supporting ethical fashion brands that prioritize fair wages and safe working conditions, consumers can send a powerful message to the industry. The fight for garment workers' rights is a fight for social justice, for human dignity. It is a reminder that the clothes we wear have a story, and too often that story is one of exploitation and suffering. By demanding better, we can help rewrite that narrative and create a more just and equitable fashion industry for all.